What is up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Tumblr Talk, like I said. And since it is still December, I have decided to continue my tradition of wearing sweaters all month long. So let's get into it. Let's read our first Tumblr post ever. My friend's 4-year-old son wouldn't go to sleep because he wanted to keep looking at the stars, and she tried to bribe him with a piece of chocolate, and he just said, "Would you rather get a reward or be happy?" and turned back to the window. There is a lot to unpack here. Like I said, these would be posts that we really have to discuss. When I first read this, I was honestly like, shut the fuck up. He did not say that, okay? But then I tried thinking back to what it was like being 4 years old, and I realized 4-year-olds say some insane shit. And really, what do I lose from believing someone on the internet in this kind of situation? Like, it's harmless. It's okay to believe them. But anyway, where do I even begin with this one? I want to know where and how this child is being raised. And I think another important thing to know would be what people, other than his parents, is this child spending a lot of time with? Because if his mom was surprised to hear him say this, then she's probably not the person who's teaching him to think like that, Also, what sort of media is this child consuming? Did he learn this from a kid's TV show? Or did he read this in some sort of book? But then again, it's like he's 4, so he probably can't read that much. But I don't mean to deny the fact that picture books can be life-changing, I'm not hating on picture books, so don't cancel me, I have met a crazy amount of people who have described Green Eggs and Ham like it was some sort of spiritual awakening to them, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe picture books do have a lot of power. But if we're really being realistic, he probably did not learn this from a book. So was it a movie or a cartoon? What is going on in this child's life? I need to know. Because honestly, I want what he has. I mean, it's amazing how at just 4 years old, he's already managed to grasp the concept of finding happiness within himself and, his passions and his interests rather than something material that would only give him, instant gratification, which in this case is the chocolate. As a business student, I like the C word. I'm too scared to say it, but I like it. Imagine going to school to get a business degree while secretly hating the C word. Couldn't be me. I like it. I like the opportunities it gives society to an extent, of course. I think it's really wonderful how, especially if someone grew up without a lot of money, they can use the fact that they live in a C society as sort of a driving force to go out and achieve their dreams and, lift themselves out of poverty. And so I'm not saying that you can't derive happiness from material things, because you absolutely can. I love seeing people go out and, be sentimental about buying things that they could never get or afford before. And it's something that they've always wanted. And it's such a beautiful sight to see them be so happy that they can finally have it. But I think somewhere along the way of us living in this C society, we've been sort of brainwashed to think that was the only way we could achieve happiness, by buying things, which is simply not true. But, and to finally get to my point, I like how this boy has realized at such a young age that there is a world away from material things from which you can derive happiness. And I think it's a different kind of happiness that's, sort of indescribable. It's such a good feeling. And I like this post so much because it just blows my mind that this boy can understand this at, such a tender age, whereas it can take others, like us, years and years to understand it. An adult might not realize this until they're like 45 and, they're going through some sort of midlife crisis. And that's what it takes them to realize that, maybe, their work and they can't find any happiness from just earning money and buying things. And it's also possible that someone might not realize this concept until they're on their deathbed. And that is just so terrifying to me. And so I think the question that we have to ask ourselves as a society is, how do we instill a value as important as this one into the minds of our young kids when we ourselves, as older people, are struggling and still in the process of trying to instill that value within ourselves? Yeah. Yeah, that is the question, right? Or I don't know. I'm just fucking stupid 19-year-old. But yeah, that's what this series is about. I'm going to keep talking about things I have no idea about. And that's probably not a good idea, but I just want to. But anyway, thank you so much for watching till here. That was the first episode. I hope you enjoyed. I value your attention and your time. So really, thank you so much for staying till here if you did. Or even if you didn't, you don't have to. This is stupid anyway. But yeah, like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts that you want to tell me, comment down below. But only if you want to, obviously. Otherwise, make sure to have a good day, week, month, year, life.